All right, welcome back to the channel. Anthony Joshua is a piece of meat to his team. Rod McCracken admits that he knew that Anthony Joshua had a concussion in that first fight, but let him continue to fight on and continue to get beat up, though it was obvious that there was something wrong with him. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, hope that you will attend our live streams that we do Monday through Friday at around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and 8 a.m. on Sunday for OG Boxing Talk, which is our weekly show co-hosted by very renowned boxing historian, Blood Boxing, and Kurt Anderson, as well as my co-host and friend KQKC Boxing. We hope to see you there, and thank you to everybody that supports those live streams in the Super Chat and the Cash App. Now, let's get into this. First things first, I know boxers are warriors. I know these guys go out there to fight. They're willing to lay their lives on the line for the money that they get and for the fans that they have in exchange for the money that they get in the ring. I got that. I understand that. I believe, as much as I have criticized Anthony Joshua in his career for things outside of the ring, I don't doubt that the guy, it wants to win fights, that he's willing to risk his health out there as a fighter. Everybody, all those fighters do that. That's the nature of the game. So this is not about Anthony Joshua wanting to continue after he got knocked down. But Rod McCracken said that he knew that Anthony Joshua was concussed after he got knocked down 2 times by Andy Ruiz. If that's true, and you let him fight multiple more, I think it was another 2 rounds or another 3 rounds before Andy Ruiz knocked him down 2 times more. And then he got up and he went up against the ropes and quit. Why wasn't there a towel thrown? If you knew that he got concussed, and I think it was the 2nd round, but earlier on in the fight, he got knocked down 2 times. You want to see if he can recover, right? He's glassy-eyed. He's not responding to questions correctly. He's asking you things like, what'd I get hit with? Why do I feel like this? Something's not right. Whatever the things that he said in the corner to Rod McCracken. If you let him go for a while to see if that clears up, if he can recover and get himself together, okay. But after a couple rounds going, he's clearly not done that. Then he gets decked once and gets up, then continues to fight. Why don't you throw out a towel? Why don't you throw out a towel? Because even if he was managed to win that fight, Anthony Joshua's not going to be the same again if he continues to suffer brain damage in that fight, because that's what a concussion is. I know that, there's been a lot of people that'll come by my chat when I refer to Mikey Garcia after the Errol Spence Jr. fight, jutting his tongue out and speaking slow. But that is a function of your brain getting rattled around, man. That's a danger in boxing. Just because everybody's getting their brain rattled around at a certain point in time in a fight, that doesn't mean that their brains aren't getting rattled around. And at a point in time, you are dealing with diminishing returns. You are taking more punishment than you need to, and risking these people's lives and their livelihood later on down the road. Why wouldn't you just stop the fight? I like Robert Garcia very much. One of the reasons in my prediction for the fight for Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. was that they were going to throw in the towel. It was the same prediction that I made for Lamont Peterson when Barry Hunter was his trainer. When Errol Spence Jr. fought Lamont Peterson, people said, Fanon, what do you think is going to happen in a fight? Oh, I can see a towel getting thrown out. because Lamont Peterson is going to start getting punished so much at a point in time that Barry Hunter is going to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're not going to win the fight. There's no reason to ruin your life, son. And then Lamont Peterson could turn around and be mad at Barry Hunter or not be mad at Barry Hunter. In this case, we didn't get really mad at Barry Hunter. Other fighters have gotten mad at trainers before for throwing in the towel when the trainer said, no, that's it. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I think the phrase is chief second, which means that you have a responsibility to that fighter. Why wouldn't Rod McCracken throw in that towel? Will Rod McCracken throw in the towel the next time? Who knows? But that just tells me again, man, that this is why. And also, after the fight where Anthony Joshua's father got all upset at Eddie Hearn, that there were rumors that he got hurt before the fight. This guy is a piece of meat to these. It appears as if Anthony Joshua's a piece of meat to these guys. And they need their return on investment. They need to sell this piece of meat right now. That's what it seems like to me. Even the fact that they're taking this Andy Ruiz fight again so quickly after he got concussed multiple times back in, was it in April? Hey, let his head clear, stick him back in there against the same guy. Rod McCracken says, we're going to have the same training camp. We're going to do the same things. We just believe that it's going to go better. We just believe that he's not going to get hit again. Every time you get concussed, it's that much easier to concuss you. It's really disappointing to hear, man. And I have not been a fan. I used to be a fan of Anthony Joshua. And I'm going to tell you, the reason I stopped being a fan of Anthony Joshua had everything to do with Anthony Joshua's team. I thought from the beginning they were rushing this guy along. They were rushing this guy along, putting a ton of pressure on this kid because they saw an opening in the line. For people that are not familiar with football, it's a football analogy, the American football, where if you have a running back, the guy that's carrying the ball, and he sees a gap in the line, which means there's a bunch of people blocking for one another, and there's a gap in there, and they see that they can run through it. Well, they cut and run, boom, right up the middle, and they try to run for the touchdown. That's seeing a hole in the line, right? Instead of running your play, just consistently and methodically moving the ball forward, taking 2 yards, taking 3. They decide, boom, I'm heading for the hills. You see that gap in the line and you try to go out and see if you can get a touchdown. I think that that's what they did with Anthony Joshua. They had an Olympic gold medalist. They had a guy that is well-spoken, that people consider to be attractive, physically attractive, right? Somebody whose personality is malleable. And by that, I mean somebody that is easy to be instructed, somebody that you can talk to, give ideas to, and easily influence them and get them to go the way that you want them to go. For a promoter, that's a dream. But what did they do to this guy? They did not prepare him for a guy like Andy Ruiz. My understanding is that Eddie Hearn, when he was told by somebody in a press conference said, man, wow, Jarrell Big Baby Miller dropped out and you went to Andy Ruiz? That's a step up. And Eddie Hearn said, you think so? Yeah, we think so. Andy Ruiz has fast hands like Jarrell Big Baby Miller has fast hands, but Andy Ruiz can punch. Andy Ruiz has already been in a championship fight that a lot of people thought he won against Joseph Parker. But now, add insult to injury, you're going to put him right back in there and then go make him fight in the middle of a desert. And even if Anthony Joshua wins that fight, he's not going to unconcuss himself. He's not, that damage is there. And it's going to be exploited by somebody else. Whether that somebody else is Pulev, or that somebody else is a rematch against Joseph Parker, or if that somebody else is Deontay Wilder. If it's Deontay Wilder, first we know it's not going to be Deontay Wilder. Even though Deontay Wilder said, win or lose, I still want Anthony Joshua loses, I don't care. I still want to fight him. You know why that is? Because Deontay Wilder wants to add to that concussion. But anyway, it is what it is. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm sure there's a lot of people say, nah, that's what he's supposed to do. You know, Anthony Joshua's a warrior. He wanted to keep on fighting. Yeah, of course, that's what he's supposed to do. That's Anthony Joshua doing Anthony Joshua's job. But the saying, discretion is the better part of valor. Well, you have valor over here, which is the fighter, and you have discretion right here, who is the trainer that knows you're not right and you're not really able to effectively defend yourself, let alone effectively attack somebody else. And he should have thought better of it. And it's kind of disappointing to hear him say that. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.